Pearson ActiveLearn online markbooks provide online, easy-to-use dynamic markbooks to track performance in your progress and assess tests. Previously, we've provided these markbooks in Microsoft Excel format, but from summer 2018, we started upgrading these to online versions instead. As with the Excel markbooks though, they remain free for any school that has a Progress and Assess or ActiveLearn subscription. In this video, we'll look at some of the main benefits of the online markbooks and give a brief tour around the markbook section of the ActiveLearn platform. Let's start with a quick reminder of the main overall benefits of the new online markbooks. Firstly, these provide improved functionality compared with Excel markbooks. You can move students easily from one group to another, you can enter scores and see analysis of a class's performance on individual questions and much more. Secondly, as we add new features and introduce improvements over time, these will be automatically added to your markbooks without having to transfer existing data or risk having version control problems. Finally, all your data is stored in the same central place rather than potentially scattered across a school network, helping with your GDPR compliance. These are important because it's easier to use online markbooks than a spreadsheet, so all teachers can feel comfortable with them even if they're not an Excel whiz. And the online markbooks make it an even easier experience to gain a deep insight into your students' performance on individual questions, so you can see strengths and weaknesses to help inform your teaching and learning and preparation for tests and exams. So, how do the markbooks work? You navigate to the markbooks on ActiveLearn using the Reports drop-down menu. You then have a choice to view or update existing markbooks in the main list or create new ones instead. Firstly, you can create a markbook and enter results. When you create a new markbook, you can allocate it to a particular group and course they're studying. This doesn't just have to be based on a course. It could equally be students in a particular grouping like Pupil Premium or SEN. You then indicate which year they've started and how long the course will last to help measure progress. Once a markbook is created, you can then enter assessment results for students. You firstly choose which assessment this is for from the full list of those tests available in ActiveLearn, or use the filter menus here to narrow these down more quickly. You can then start entering results, firstly selecting the date of the assessment and then entering marks. You can do this either question by question or you can enter the total mark for that particular student. Once a markbook has been created and assessment results have been entered, teachers can open the assessment to get a simple overview of their class's performance in an individual assessment. When it opens, the markbook automatically adds a RAG status for each score to highlight consistent areas of stronger or weaker performance. This can help easily identify areas where students or the whole class need more support. You can also hover over any individual question to show what knowledge or skills this focuses on, to know immediately where students might need extra support. The homepage for each markbook also gives a valuable top-level report showing the results from all the assessments taken by the students on this course. Remember that students' results can appear in more than one markbook, so you can compare results, for example, for all Pupil Premium or all SEN students. For each course in ActiveLearn, the blue tabs in the middle of this screen divide up the different types of tests available. End of term assessments here, or end of unit tests, or for example, in other cases, different skill types or individual sciences. So it doesn't matter how often you're using assessments or the type of assessments you're using, it can all be recorded here. The display then shows the progress for each student, either using indicative GCSE grades, scores, percentages, or Pearson's own progression step system. On the left side of the screen, their most recent progress is compared with their overall course target and their last test performance. So you can see in this example that Carolyn and Sarah are ahead of target, while Richard and John are exactly on track. You can also see the average and the maximum performance out of the whole group or class, and the total number of students working above or below their targets. You can easily export data using the export button, whether it's about overall performance or about individual questions, into Excel or other tracking systems, or print it out. And if students change teaching groups, their data scores will move with them to prevent it getting lost en route.